It was the most dominant team I've ever been around.
In previous years, we've been starting off with a losing record, and that's been hurting us in the long run.
And we knew just from the spring and summer that we had something pretty special.
After dominating Oklahoma Panhandle State in the home opener, the Bearcats started to prepare for their first conference game against Lamar. The Cardinals had pulled an upset in Huntsville the year before.
We tried to prepare for every game the same way, only thinking about that game at that moment. At the same time, in the back of our heads was the fact that last year we had lost to Lamar.
They beat us at home, and we knew we probably should have won that game before that, so we knew we wanted to get that revenge.
And they had an All-American running back, and so they had some pieces of the puzzle coming back. And preseason people thought they had a chance to be a playoff caliber team.
With a 44-31 victory, the Cardinals proved no match for the Cats. 2 weeks later, Sam Houston would face arch-rival Stephen F. Austin.
The SFA game, Battle of the Piney Woods, is my all-time favorite game every year that we played it.
I equate it to like a second homecoming. We have the homecoming here, but there's also our Houston homecoming. And the Battle of the Piney Woods is one of the most special games in all of FCS football. When we come back out of the locker room and our alums have come down on the sideline, and those guys are in tears. They just want one more snap. They just want to play one more time.
It was crazy. I really didn't expect to see that many numbers up there on the board that quick.
The final score, 63-28, all Bearcats. Quarterback Jeremiah Briscoe threw for 458 yards and 7 touchdowns.
I remember after the game you saying in the hallway what the stats were on the way to press conference, and I was like, what? Because I didn't even know. It didn't even seem like that. It was just, we were out there and we were just rolling and rolling and rolling.
After SFA, the Cats had one more road game before returning home. It would be a true homecoming after all the team had played on the road for 6 weeks.
Oh man, we were just happy to sleep in our own bed before the game finally, man. Don't get me wrong, those Marriott hotels were awesome, but man, just being back home.
It was nice to get back home, and it was homecoming, so we had all kinds of Bearcats in the stadium and there to watch us play that game. We were just ready to put on a performance in front of our fans.
A 48-21 Bearcat victory over Abilene Christian meant they were now 6-0.
Touchdown Bearcat!
Furthermore, they were blowing out their opponents.
I've never been around a team that had those sorts of leads that often.
The next challenge was hosting the previous season's conference champion and perennial Southland power, McNeese State.
We knew that their record didn't show how good they were.
I think it may have been one of the most emotional games that we had prior, just because of things that were said in the media on their end, and then Twitter and Facebook.
They were fighting for their lives, and they also credited us with knocking them out of a chance to win a national championship.
I remember that we went up ahead, and then after that it was pretty much back and forth for the rest of the game.
Sometimes it's just winning some of those close games that make the difference between you being a conference champion or contender or not.
With the Cowboys out of the way, and after rolling over Northwestern State, the season finale against Central Arkansas would decide the Southland Conference title.
They were as good as an 8-2 record looked.
We were serious, but we were loose and having fun, and knew what we had in our locker room, and just really kind of went out there and played football instead of worrying about everything else that was going on.
In convincing fashion, the Bearcats secured the 2016 Southland Conference Championship with a 59-23 win over the Bears.
It was incredible. I've never been undefeated like that before.
UT Chattanooga used their defense in a dominating first-round performance. It's the second round of the football championship series, and it's coming up next.
I don't even think I took my helmet off for that halftime. I just went ahead and let the head keep ringing because I already knew those 4 guys that walked out in front of me before I snapped the ball were some of the biggest dudes I've seen in a long time.
They were probably the most athletic and long defense that we've played all year.
Our whole team physically took a beating in that game. It was a real physical game. Some of the prognosticators felt Chattanooga played for national championship. That's how good they thought Chattanooga was, and that's how good I thought they were.
Although the Bearcats took an early 3-touchdown lead, at the end of the game it would take a defensive stand to defeat the Mocs. The remarkable season ended the following week against the James Madison Dukes, who would be the eventual FCS national champions.
Looking back on the season, I realized we had an incredible season. We won conference championship, which was one of our goals. We went undefeated.
It was one of the funnest years of my life coaching football.
How that team was really has helped this team coming up and setting the standard of how things are supposed to be done.